Hello, welcome back to the newsroom here at France 24. It's time now for Media Watch with James Creedon. And James, a bit of a soap opera that we're going to be talking about today. And the main characters are the president, his not wife, the former president's wife. Tell us more.
Right. Well, what can I say? It's been an ongoing drama since he got elected. Valérie Trierweiler is the First Lady. Ségolène Royal is the woman who used to be his partner and the former presidential candidate in 2007. Carla Bruni is the former First Lady. They're all the cast of characters. Take a look here at this headline. Carla Bruni advises Valérie Trierweiler to get married.
Wow.
So the former First Lady telling the subsequent woman in the job, you're not married, you better off get married, right?
It's quite personal advice, I would say.
I think so, right? So she gave this interview to Elle magazine, Carla Bruni, and to quote her, maybe I'm wrong and their choice is a modern one, but I found it very calming when I married Nicolas Sarkozy. Now, I don't know about you, but he never struck me as the calming, kind of a calming influence.
He's quite an energetic man, let's say.
And this reminds me of May last year, Catherine, when there was an interview with Benjamin Loncard, who is the head of the youth wing of the UMP party. And he got in trouble for this. Let's have a close-up on that quote. He said, meeting Nicolas Sarkozy is like taking a line of cocaine. In other words, he's a very stimulating guy, but of course it wasn't appreciated because that
might not be the best way to put it.
No, it's not a good image. President, cocaine, lines, etc., etc. Now, what else did Carla Bruni say in that interview to Elle magazine? She said the media provides checks and balances for politics. So it's sort of complicated to be a journalist and First Lady, because Valérie Trierweiler has kept on a couple of positions, well, in particular at Paris Match as a journo. So this tweet sort of sums it up. One guy saying, Carla to Valérie, get married and stop being a journalist, but who am I to judge? Because also Carla Bruni said, maybe she doesn't want my advice, maybe they are being modern. In any case, some criticism for that interview for sure.
A strategy by Sarkozy and Carla Bruni to stay in the limelight, perhaps? Some people are suggesting.
That is being mentioned in Nouvel Observateur. They are suggesting essentially that this is a wily bid by Carla Bruni and Nicolas Sarkozy to stay in the limelight. This evening on France 2, on the France 2 network, the two contenders for the leadership of the UMP party are going to be debating. Nicolas Sarkozy would hope perhaps to come back into politics at some point in the future, so this is a way of remaining relevant. She also said in that interview, I'm still flabbergasted that the French deprived themselves of Nicolas Sarkozy, his energy, his vision, his courage, his humanity, of a man with such intelligence and drive. That's a lot of compliments in one sentence.
Okay, you can't doubt her loyalty anyway, so that's nice.
She loves her man.
Well, speaking about someone who doesn't love her man anymore, right. Ségolène Royal, who we mentioned earlier, the president's former partner. Stay with us. Now, she's also given an interview, and she's also got some advice for Valérie Trierweiler, the current First Lady. Trierweiler
must be like, people, give me a break, right?
She's probably got her mum on the phone as well, giving her advice.
Help me, it's coming from all directions. Now, in any case, Ségolène Royal gave an interview to Le Point, which is a News Weekly, quite serious. Get a load of that, right? The quote there, the headline is propos interdits, or forbidden words. Now, they have famously clashed in the past, like Ségolène Royal and Valérie Trierweiler, over a couple of different issues. And so she has said, let's take a look at this series of pictures at the UN or last month, where Ségolène Royal came upon François Hollande. They were both there on business, right? They weren't expecting to cross each other, and François Hollande had his back to her. His advisors told him, look, this will be bad publicity if you end up, coming across her. You've already got in trouble with this whole thing in the past, so etc., etc. Well, Ségolène Royal said he acted under pressure at the UN. This is in her interview to Le Point. He's under pressure from his entourage. She is putting pressure on his entourage. So it's another little dig at Valérie Trierweiler.
You've got to wonder what François Hollande thinks about all of this, really, haven't you? He sounds a bit henpecked.
He's probably, shaking his head.
So that was all to do with the UN visits there. Also at the UN more recently, on a lighter note, Ban Ki-moon dancing.
That's right.
Something we all want to see.
If we saw François Hollande doing a little about turn and doing his version of a dance, let's take a look at Ban Ki-moon dancing at the UN. So this is with Psy, the South Korean guy who's had 530 million hits on YouTube. So he's teaching him his dance. Let's take a look at this dance. It's had 530 million hits on YouTube.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
about 500,000 of those views were me, I have to admit.
Well, maybe Ban got a look in there as well, because he seemed to know his little pony.
He knew it, but he wasn't really putting himself
It's being
into it,
described as riding the invisible pony. So there you go.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if that should be associated with the Secretary General of the United Nations.
It's not very statesmanlike.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. James Creedon with Media Watch. OK, well, we're going to take another break now, but do stay with us. More news and headlines coming up after this short break here on France 24.